Yeah, this is part two or the second installment of this video series, definition of a dancer. In this installment, I basically want to talk about, I want to touch a little bit more, you know, as to why women get into dancing. Of course, for financial reasons. You know what I'm saying, and the other types of things they get into, which would be the webcam. As a webcam model, basically, it's very similar. The only difference is that the webcam model performs in a home type setting. You know what I'm saying? You're still taking your clothes off for money. You're on a webcam on the internet, and basically they can see the people or persons that they perform in front of. The only difference is that it's not actually at a club. Is that they place of residence. They work from home, and still, lots of people can see them. Thousands of people still can see them. If they plug in into the website. Not only, if they have a webcam, they can participate in the activity, and they can tip them or whatever, how that part goes. But you could also still see that person if you go on a website, and there's different women that's online, and you click on their profile, and basically you can see them, even without a webcam. But the only time that you can really like conversation and maybe tip them as they perform, you have to have a webcam to do that part. And you also have, like I told you, I wanted to talk a little bit about prostitution and stuff like that. Of course, prostitution is a woman, basically selling her body for financial gain or whatnot. You have different types of prostitution. You have the streetwalkers. The streetwalkers women that's usually stroll up and down an area that's basically prostitution infested. You have the escort service, where a call girl, you can call that person up and y'all meet at the place of choice, whether it be at your place of residence or her place of residence, a hotel or something like that. And and the John, which is the her customer, and a guy that's looking for sex, and he pays for sex. It's called a John. And he can have his services rendered at like I said, a hotel or something like that, or the place that the woman and that John chooses. That, and you also have let's see, you have the brothels. The brothels are, sometimes it could be referred as whorehouses. That's basically like areas where you can meet up. You go over there, and you have several women that you go in, and they come out, they line up, and you pick the woman of your choice. Then usually you go back in the room, and and you do you exchange those type of services. You pay her, and y'all and that person do their acts or whatever. And also prostitution is basically illegal in pretty much most states, the state that I know that it's legal would be like Las Vegas, Nevada. There's a legal brothel called the Bunny Ranch. It's somewhere in Nevada. I'm not sure the exact city, but however, the city is, if it's not actually Las Vegas, it's near Las Vegas. It's called the Bunny Ranch, and it's legalized prostitution now. But anyway, prostitution pretty much go on anywhere, and it also goes on in the strip clubs, gentlemen's clubs as well. If a dancer, that's rendering their service, even though that you might have a lap dance performed also, but sometimes you can go into the VIP room or the champagne room, and those types of activities transpire up in there. You pay her fee or whatever, then the sexual activity transpires up in the champagne room or the VIP room. In the club, you pay the club whatever fee that they're asking for. Then you also have to pay the dancer too, and for the VIP aspect, usually the champagne room, you have to buy the bottle of champagne. Usually, different prices. I think it ranges like $100 on up. I'm not exactly sure about that part, but I know that the champagne usually is like $100 on up per se. Every club differs, but most of I believe I'm pretty much right about that part. And you get the dancer in the room. You probably can have her perform like an hour or so. You got to buy the champagne, and you have to pay the dancer too. Pretty much. But every club differs, and that's the type of things that go along with that. Then you also have the aspect that I didn't mention in talking about the prostitution aspect. You have what is called sugar babies and sugar daddies. Sugar babies are usually women, more like young women, like 18 on up, in college, and they seeking an older gentleman. The sugar daddy is usually an older gentleman. Usually he's wealthy or rich or something like that, and he's paying for companionship basically, and he pays her for companionship, and maybe usually it's a sexual companionship going on. Usually that woman or young lady gets her bills paid, gets her college tuition paid, and exchange for companionship. Usually it's most likely it is of a sexual nature, and some guys, they don't mind paying for services like that or whatnot. But other thing that I want to mention, the types of gentlemen's clubs. Sometimes the gentlemen's clubs, you have some places you have nude gentlemen's clubs where the dancer, they get on stage, and after a song, after the first song, usually they strip down, and they strip down to the bare minerals or whatever, which they bare self. And some clubs, they have a special type of rules that you only allowed to be 3 feet away from the dancer. Sometimes some clubs you can't touch the dancers at all. What I'm saying? And particularly new gentlemen's clubs, you can't touch them, unless they'll tell you that you can't do that. And if it keeps going on, they'll usually escort you out of the building. But and like lap dances, man, sometimes these women, man, you know, they wanna get lap dances and stuff like that. But when you know what I'm saying, take them up on the offer, sometimes, you know, they give them old bullshit ass lap dances. You know, they don't want you to touch them, and you know, you be trying to touch them and stuff like that. So usually they'll push your hand away. You know, I done had this experience, especially when a friend of mine, we used to go to clubs together, and you know, used to get bullshit ass lap dances. You know, the female, she ain't want him to touch her, you know, and stuff like that. You know, you know, I like a lap dance whenever I do get lap dances, which is very, very seldom, because, you know, because I don't really spend my money like talking about stuff like that. You know, mostly I go in the clubs to chill. But anyway, when I do get a lap dance, you know, I want to be entertained. So I'm paying $20 for a lap dance. I want to be entertained. I want to be able to touch you. I want you to be able, you know, really be able to perform, and you know, and give me an experience that, you know, make like a pleasurable experience, make me enjoy what I'm paying you for. But you know, you get some of these women, man, and they give you these little bullshit ass dances. They don't want you to touch them. You know, they want to be a certain distance from you. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't watch it, man, they gonna make that little money off of you, and you know, you're not gonna really be fulfilled. But another point that I want to make, you know, then I'm gonna switch over to part 3. I'm gonna make this point before I close this video. Man, if you getting a dance and you guy, and you do what you want with your money, but this is like, you know, the tip part of the video that I said I was gonna mention. Man, if you getting a lap dance from these women, man, you know, make her work for it. You know, you spending your money and stuff like that. But if you know, you're gonna get lap dances, man. If you getting like 2, 3, 4 lap dances, man, you might as well just spend a little extra money, man, and you know, take it to the next level. You know, because basically a lot of you guys, y'all go in there for that purpose anyway. So why not, you know, this is just a suggestion, man. Why not just take it to the next level, man? Instead of spending your money on these old bullshit ass lap dances, you know, you leaving the club with a hard dick and a fantasy, man. You know, or some of you guys, you know, if you have girlfriends or wives like that, you know, you might want to, you know, they probably get you going, you know what I'm saying, and get you aroused, so you want to go home, you know, and you might want to, you know, take it to the next level with your mate or whatever. But as far as, you know, guys that's just doing that just to be doing that, man, y'all might want to consider just, you know, just spending a little bit more money. You spending your money, so why don't you get fulfilled? And like I said, the purpose of you being there is, some of you guys, y'all going there looking for that. So if you're gonna spend, you know, like $60 to $100, man, why don't you just go in on and just do the whole thing? You know, some dancers, you know, they offer, you know what I'm saying, you get busy with them back in a VIP room, you know, for whatever fee that they charge or whatever. Some dances differ. Some dances charge cheaper rates, and some of them charge it could be a little bit more expensive. But you know, that's just a suggestion, man. If you're trying to pay for that, why don't you just take it to the next level? But I'm gonna go into part 3, and I'm gonna cover more of this video series. So part 3 is coming up. Y'all take care. Later.